Stop what you're doing. Just stop, because this message, it's not for everyone. It's for you, specifically you. And I need you to hear every single word. I need to tell you something. Something you might have forgotten. Something you might have stopped believing. He still loves you, not because you're perfect, not because you got it right, not because you earned it, but because he never stopped. You've been carrying something, haven't you? Shame, guilt, regret, the weight of choices you wish you could undo. I need you to hear this. He's not holding it against you. He never was. Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. What's the thing you can't forgive yourself for? That choice, that relationship, that word you can't take back, that moment you walked away, that time you chose the wrong thing. You've been holding it so tight. It's been your companion in the dark, the voice that whispers, "You're not good enough. You ruined it. It's too late." But here's the truth, and I need you to really hear this. He knew every single mistake you'd ever made, before you even made them, and he chose you anyway. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son? He took everything, wasted it all, hit rock bottom, and then, when he had nothing left, he decided to go home. And here's the part that always gets me. His father saw him coming from a distance, and he ran. The son had a speech rehearsed. "Father, I've sinned. I'm not worthy to be called your son." He had it all planned, but his father didn't let him finish. He just ran and embraced him. That's how he feels about you. Here's what I need you to understand. He's not the one who walked away. You built walls, not because you didn't love him, but because you were afraid. Afraid he'd reject you. Afraid he'd see the real you and turn his back. But he never did. He's been standing right there, waiting the whole time. And here's what he's saying to you right now. Not with anger, not with disappointment, but with tears in his eyes. Just come home. I still love you. You know what most people miss about the prodigal story? It's this. The son never made it home. The father came to him. Now I want to paint a picture for you. He doesn't just want to forgive you. He wants to restore you. The years the locusts ate. He wants to give them back. The wasted seasons. He wants to redeem them. The broken pieces. He wants to make them whole again. But here's the thing you have to let him. You have to stop running. Stop hiding. Stop pretending you've got it all together. I want you to do something right now. Wherever you are, close your eyes just for a moment. And in your heart, just whisper, "I'm ready to come home." Did you do it? Good. Now here's something you need to know. The moment you said that, something shifted in the spirit. Something broke. That wall you've been hiding behind. It just cracked. And here's what's coming next. He's not just opening the door. He's running to you. Right now. In this very moment. But there's something I need to warn you about. When the restoration comes, the enemy is going to try to convince you it's too good to be true. He's going to whisper, "You don't deserve this. You messed up too badly. It's too late for you." That's a lie. You see, God's love isn't conditional. It's not based on your performance. It's not based on how many times you got it right. It's based on who he is. And he is love. And here's the thing about his love that most people don't understand. It doesn't just forgive, it transforms. Have you ever felt like you're so far gone that even God couldn't reach you? Like you crossed some invisible line, and there's no coming back? Let me tell you something, and I need you to let this sink in. There is no line. There is no point of no return. There is no sin too big, no mistake too great, no failure too final. He proved that on the cross. While you were still in your mess, he died for you, not for who you become, for who you were, right there in the middle of your worst moment. That's when he loved you most. Now I know some of you are thinking, but you don't understand. You don't know what I've done. You don't know how many times I've failed. You don't know how many promises I've broken. You're right, I don't know, but he does. And he's not shocked. He's not disappointed. He's not even surprised. He knew it all before you did. And he still said, "I choose you." So here's what I need you to do with this message. Let it sink in. Really let it penetrate. Because this isn't just a nice sentiment. This is your lifeline. This is your way out of the prison you've been living in. You've been punishing yourself long enough. You've been hiding long enough. You've been carrying shame that was never meant to be yours to carry. He took it, all of it, every single thing you're ashamed of, every secret you've never told anyone, every failure you replay in your mind at 2 a.m. He took it all, and he's not asking you to pay it back. He's asking you to let it go. I'm going to tell you something now that might be hard to hear. The person who can't forgive themselves the most is often the person who struggles the most to receive God's love, not because God is withholding, but because you're withholding from yourself. Stop it right now. Choose to receive what he's already given. Choose to believe what he's already said. Choose to accept what he's already done. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Now I want to talk to someone specific who's listening right now. You've been betrayed by someone you trusted, someone who promised they'd never hurt you. And now you're walking around with a wound that won't heal. Here's what I need you to understand. God has never betrayed you. People have, but he hasn't, and he's not going to start now. He's the one faithful friend who stays, the one who never walks away, the one who, even when everyone else has left, is still standing right there. He's not your abuser. He's not your betrayer. He's not the one who broke your heart. He's the one who wants to heal it. But there's something you need to do first. You need to stop projecting the failures of people onto God. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean he will. Just because someone lied to you doesn't mean he will. Just because someone left doesn't mean he will. He is not like them. He never was. And he never will be. So let go of the bitterness. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the anger you've been holding on to. Not for them, for you. Because as long as you're holding on to that wound, you can't receive his healing. And let me tell you something about healing. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens day by day, moment by moment, choice by choice. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, every time you choose hope over despair, every time you choose to believe he loves you even when you don't feel it, that's how healing comes. One small step at a time. And here's the thing that amazes me about God. He's patient. He's not in a hurry. He's not frustrated with how long it's taking. He's not tapping his foot, waiting for you to get it together. He's walking with you through every single step, slowly, gently, tenderly, leading you toward wholeness at your own pace. So if today you only have the strength to take one step, take it. He'll meet you there. If today you can only whisper his name, whisper it. He'll hear you. If today you can only open your heart a crack, open it. He'll come in, because that's who he is. That's what he does. He meets us in our brokenness, not when we're fixed, not when we're better, not when we've proven ourselves worthy. Right there in the middle of our mess, he meets us and he says, I still love you. Now I want to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. You know, all that guilt you've been carrying, all that shame, all that regret, he doesn't even see it anymore. The moment you bring it to him in repentance, he doesn't just forgive it, he forgets it, and he doesn't bring it back up. He doesn't throw it in your face. He doesn't hold it against you. He doesn't keep a record, because when he forgives, he really forgives, completely, forever, in a way you've never experienced from another person. That's what he's offering you right now. Complete forgiveness, total restoration, a fresh start, a clean slate. And you don't have to earn it. You just have to receive it. So here's my question to you. Will you receive it? Will you let go of the shame? Will you stop punishing yourself? Will you let him love you? I know it's hard. I know you're scared. I know you've been hurt before. But I'm telling you, he's different. He's not like anyone else. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to leave you. He's not going to give up on you. He's been waiting for you, longing for you, dreaming of the day you'd finally come home. And that day is today. So come home. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't wait until you're better. Don't wait until you've got all figured out. Just come as you are, broken, bruised, tired, weary, and let him hold you, because he still loves you. He always has, and he always will. Let me leave you with this. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a cliff, and on the other side is everything you've ever wanted. Peace, joy, freedom, love, restoration. All of it is right there, waiting for you. But there's a gap between where you are and where you need to be. And you've been standing there, looking at the gap afraid to take the step. I'm telling you today, He's already bridged the gap. He's already made a way. He's already done everything necessary for you to get from where you are to where He wants you to be. All you have to do is take the step. So take it right now. Close your eyes one more time. And in your heart, just say these words. I'm coming home. Feel that? That warmth in your chest? That's Him. He's closer than you think. He's right here, right now, waiting for you with open arms. And He's saying to you, I still love you. I always have, and I always will. Come home.